Hey up, it's Steve from that old Yorkshire Geek and a bit of Star Wars news. This is hot off the presses, well it's for me, but it's rumour. I haven't got a website to look at this time, because this comes from WDW Pro. I'll put the link for his YouTube channel in the description. He's given some good information before, but it's rumours about how the Star Wars movies could go in the future. So let's have a little chat about that. Where have I put it? Where is it? So there it is. He had a stream. When was it? When did he have this stream? So let me just zoom down. Yesterday. He had this stream yesterday, along with the chaps from Echo Base Network and Lorne from TPP. Apologies, I don't know this chap. But he had a stream yesterday, and we were talking about information he'd got, which through Doomcock style he cannot verify, so it's just rumour about how the Star Wars movies are going to go forward. They've had meetings apparently at Disney. Now Bob Iger's back in charge. He wants to get Star Wars back on track apparently. They've done some research. They've had some research groups out finding the most popular Star Wars characters, which they could use in movies going forward. So we'll talk about that in a moment. The big news is it's going to be Rey that's leading these new Star Wars films. It's going to be set after the sequel trilogy, which means they're not going to retcon the sequel trilogy, unfortunately. But I didn't think they ever would. I never thought they would. There's too much put into the sequel trilogy, and they're too much invested in it, and they can't just have those films out there with episode 7, 8 and 9 and then do away with them, can they? Not really. I mean, you could, yes they could, they'll do what they want, it's their property, but they're not going to do that, are they? I never thought they ever really would, because there were talk that they were going to use the World Between Worlds to retcon, the sequel trilogy, to make it as though it never happened, or it happens in a different way. But they're not going to do that, I don't think. They're going to have Rey lead these new Star Wars films. Remember, Daisy Ridley was at Lucasfilm a few months back. She posted on Twitter about it, saying she was just there for lunch, nothing else. But she's been in the news a lot lately, saying how wonderful her time in Star Wars was, and that she'd love to go back and be Rey again, and that she liked the ending that they gave Rey. Rey Skywalker. She's not Rey Skywalker. She's no Rey Skywalker in that I'm Stephen T. Kirk. That's not going to happen. But anyway, they did some surveys. That's the word. Tell you. They did some surveys, and they found that the characters, there were 2 characters that they could bring back from the original Star Wars lot. Because remember, a lot of them have died off now, haven't they? They've killed Luke, they've killed Han, Carrie Fisher passed away, but then they killed Leia. So they can't bring them back unless they bring them back as Force ghosts, which I suppose they could do. But the 2 main characters that were left that people knew were Chewbacca, who's still around, isn't it? And R2-D2, who's still around. Oddly, no C-3PO were mentioned. I don't know why. But people like R2. They don't like... I liked BB-8. I thought it was pretty cool. But I didn't like the way R2 were treated in the sequel trilogy. So apparently they're going to bring back Chewbacca and R2. Remember Rey as well. There's 5 characters that WDW Pro has said that they're going to use. So it's going to be Rey, Chewbacca, R2-D2, a brand new character that they haven't told us who it is, so we can guess on that in a bit, and Grogu from The Mandalorian, Baby Yoda. So he's going to be back. I presume he'd be around about 80 years old by this time, wouldn't he? By the time after the sequel trilogy, it'd be around about 80 years old. So could he be an adult or a teenager? Because he's supposed to be about 50 at the time of The Mandalorian, isn't he? Which is about, I don't know, is it 8 years after Return of the Jedi, something like that. So it's about 50, but he's still a kid, isn't he? But as we know, Yoda has been teaching Jedi since he was 100 years old, because he says in Empire Strikes Back, for 800 years have I taught Jedi, or trained Jedi. And then he died at 900, because he said, when 900 years old you reach, look as good you will not. So we know we're an adult and training Jedis at 100. So Grogu will be around about 80. So he'll be well on the way. They must have a growth spurt, whatever race they're called. So will he be like a teenage Grogu? Will he be like teenage Groot? So he'll be a surly Grogu. Will he be a Mandalorian? Don't know, because I don't know what's going to happen in Mandalorian Season 3. Will he have a helmet and everything? Will he be brandishing the Darksaber? Don't know. But this brand new character, what's going to be happening with that? Some have suggested it could be a Mandalorian, but that could be Grogu, or it could be, will Mando survive to this time? We don't know. Could it be one of the others? I forgot the names again. I'm hopeless with names. The Sasha Banks one and the Katie Sackhoff one. I'm hopeless with names, and all the others, and the Armourer. Could be one of those, or could Ahsoka come back? Don't know. Could Ezra Bridger be back? Don't know. There's this show, The Skeleton Crew, isn't there? Which is supposed to be set after the sequel trilogy, I think it's supposed to be set after the sequel trilogy. Could it be somebody from there? I don't know, but let's have a look at Rey, shall we? But Daisy Ridley, I think she's coming back. I did say that quite a while ago, and I've said it for a while. I think she'll be back sooner than we think, and I think this is it. I think she's coming back as Rey. There we go. We've got R2. He's coming back. You've got to have 3PO as well. If there's R2, there's going to be 3PO in there in tow. So I think he'll be back. But will it be Anthony Daniels in the costume, underneath the metal? To be honest, I don't know. I doubt it, to be honest. He might do the voice, but I don't think he'll be inside. I think he's getting on a bit now, isn't he, to be doing that too much. But you never know. We've got Chewbacca. Obviously, it can't be Peter Mayhew because he's sadly passed away. I did a story yesterday about how some of his memorabilia is being auctioned off in Yorkshire. It'll be, Jonas, whatever he's called. It'll be that chap. And then, of course, we've got Grogu. I don't think he'll look like that. I think he'll be a little bit bigger. So like in between that and Yoda. There's some Mandalorians. I don't know who these are supposed to be. That's obviously Din Djarin. I don't know who these two are on the edge. On the ends. And Ahsoka. It could be Ahsoka. She'd be knocking on though, wouldn't she, by that time? But it could be old Ahsoka. Be a bit wrinkly. Wrinkly Leku. Is that what they call them? Leku? I don't know what they call them. Then we've got Ezra Bridger in live action. Rumour is, we're going to see him in live action soon. There's been rumours about his casting. But obviously he'll be old, he'll be all grown up. He was a kid in Rebels, wasn't he? A teenager. So there is that. And then, of course, it could be somebody else that we don't know. Let's say we've got a cast of thousands, haven't we, to choose from. Somebody that we couldn't even imagine. Somebody that they've just made up. It could be, for all we know. But there we go. That's all I wanted to talk about. I will put the link to WDW Pro's stream that he did, or the video that's on his YouTube channel. So give him a follow. He's got some very interesting information. So that's very interesting. So Star Wars is moving forward. Will it be good? I don't know. I don't think Kathleen Kennedy's going anywhere, so I suspect it might be rubbish. Because she'll have her fingerprints all over it. It'll be, it'll be the women saving the galaxy again. Lots of incompetent men, probably. But we'll leave it there. I'll stop moaning. Let's get rid of that. Right, so thanks for watching. Wherever you are in the universe, look after each other. And until next time, I'll say there.